So we are now 6 weeks out this week. Today's Wednesday, so technically we're 6.5 weeks out. The most recent changes Brad's made have fucking smashed me. I was feeling really good and chipper, probably up to about Monday. And then I'll put the new changes here. So nothing drastic, it's just things were already at a pretty decent level, where these tiny little micro changes that he's been doing since I started with him have really fucking pushed it. But that is the aim of the game. I'm not in this for it to be easy. I'm in it to challenge myself. I'm in it to bring my best. I'm in it to look my best. End of. So this is not me complaining in any sense of the word. I just have as much energy as it looks. Regardless of getting good sleep. Like if I was on 4 or 5 hours sleep, I don't think I would actually function currently. But we're in a good spot. So today was a new low. I was 205 pounds. So it's essentially from where I'm at now, we need to pull off about 7 or 8 pounds. And we've got 6 weeks to do it, which is fucking such an easy task, because we've been averaging about 2 to 3 pounds a week. So if at the moment we pull off, it's Wednesday now, so if I get to, let's say, 2 or 3 by Saturday, which with the changes that have been made is more than achievable, we'll probably be ready around about 2.5 to 3 weeks out, I would imagine. I know Brad's plan is to do that. Like, he's been treating it, let's say I'm 6 weeks out, he's been treating it like I'm 4 weeks out. So we've got 2 weeks to kind of pull back. Mainly, so with being ready early, the reason being, I know I'm going off on a tangent, I do this all the time. The reason being because we've got so many shows. If it was just the one show and then the British, it wouldn't be that much of a fucking, right, let's fucking gun it. Because I would have like 5 weeks, 6 weeks between the Manchester, which is start of September, and then the British, which is mid-October. So then even if it wasn't like bang on 100% for the Manchester, I'd have 5 weeks essentially of more dieting to just simply pull fat off. But because I'm doing 5 shows, I'm essentially just peaking. And the week I'm not peaking, I'm trying to regain some energy and fullness and kind of get rid of some water and that type of thing. So being ready early just makes it a whole lot easier. It means every single show week I'll be drier and tighter, and we'll have a better idea kind of going into it. So I need to be absolutely fucking peeled skinless for the first show. Usually in past preps, it's like the second and third show that my condition starts to come through. And that, I wouldn't say I'm struggling, but that is what I'm kind of noticing at the moment, is like we've really ramped up the gas since about 10 weeks out. I have annoyingly been dealing with pretty severe fucking heartburn for the best part of 2 months now, since about 12-13 weeks out. I couldn't figure out for the life of me what it was. I initially thought it was the Fever 40 HR Lab fat burners I was using. Wasn't that. I thought it was pineapple. That's what Brad thought. Wasn't that. I thought it was artificial sweeteners. So I've kind of completely pulled everything I was doing. Like I'd been having Red Bull the days I needed it, like the sugar-free Red Bull. So I think I had one in the last prep update video. Pulled those. Still getting heartburn. Stupidly and annoyingly, it was the fucking Hydromax I was having. So as soon as I'd wake up, I'd put a serving, which is only 12 grams, of Hydromax in my litre flask thing and drink that throughout my fasted cardio. Just to help with the water balance, get hydrated and all that dandy shit, and it tasted quite good. But as I've gotten leaner and leaner and leaner and leaner, my stomach has gotten more sensitive and more sensitive and more sensitive. And I truly believe that there's something going on in the background with my stomach that I'm going to address in another video, probably in the off season, when I have time to kind of get tests done and shit like that, and get to the bottom of it, whether it be like an endoscopic colonoscopy type of deal, whether it be some gut biome tests, whatever it may be. I kind of know the people I'm going to contact to go down that route. But yeah, it was the Hydromax. So in the Hydromax, there's, I think it's 500 milligrams of cranberry extract. That is an acidic, has acid in it essentially. It's quite acidic, so it's just not my stomach's just not agreeing with it. And then last week I'd started doing the gut health drink, which is 20 gram glutamine, like 7 to 10 mil of apple cider vinegar, 15 ml lemon juice, and then 30 ml of aloe vera juice, and then I put a green tea bag in it as well. And I usually put in this exact shaker, let it sit overnight, take the tea bag out in about 300 to 400 ml water, and then just whack it down. But I did find if I wasn't exact with my measurements, specifically with the lemon and the apple cider vinegar, it'd make things worse. So I've not done that today. Just plain water and this is a Crystal Light sugar-free peach iced tea. So that's not going to upset my stomach. Completely fine. So it's 100% the Hydromax. I'll see how my stomach is today and tomorrow. That was the only issue, and it was getting to a point like it was just draining me because it was just playing on my mind. I couldn't think about anything else other than heartburn. It was affecting sessions. Like I'd do a hard set and then I'd put the bar down or whatever, and I'd feel like food was going to come up on me. So it's not the end of the world, but I'm glad I've figured that out. Annoyingly, because now it's just like, ugh, it's one of the many other things I can't use or do. But other than that, everything's good. Like my energy is low, but I don't feel like I'm dying yet. I don't feel like I'm on death's door of dragging myself through prep. I'd imagine I'll be there in about 2 weeks. But yeah, everything's kind of going well. Training this week, my first 2 sessions this week, were a bit naff. Some sets yesterday when I did hams and back were alright, some were utter shit. And then same with push. So I'm going to kind of take this week as is. And then if I feel the exact same Monday, I briefly spoke about it to Brad yesterday, and he suggested doing, rather than dropping sets and doing one work set all out to failure, which is what I've done in the past, keeping the volume the same. So don't touch sets, just pull back on them. So rather than taking them to complete failure, stopping like 1 to 2 reps in reserve, working like 80% volume. And I think I'd rather that more than anything. So likely we'll start that next week, which is sound. Like, since I would say 9 weeks out, 10 weeks out, you're not building muscle, you're fighting tooth and nail to maintain the muscle. And I feel like I've done that. It's the biggest and it's the leanest I've been at 6 weeks out. I'll post some photos here from yesterday. These aren't post-workout, these are after meal 1, before meal 2. I'm just in the habit of posing in flex now, and it's just, it doesn't fuck with my head. It's the same spot every single time I'm posing, which is just nice. It just, the time varies, of course. But yeah, everything's good. Got some client work to do. I got this and another YouTube video to edit and upload. And then I'm going to do some housework to take some stress off of the missus. Because I don't think she wants to admit it, but I think she's struggling a little bit. Anyway. And then I'm getting a coffee with my mum. So yeah, things are good. I'll put the adjusted diet here now, or earlier in the video. We have added in a fish meal, or rather we've taken away chicken and put a fish meal. So now I've got a steak meal, a chicken meal, a fish meal, and then like a steak mince meal, which is nice. I like the variety, and I do genuinely very much enjoy fish. So I'm gonna go along today after I get a coffee with my mum, and just get an assortment of bits, some prawns, some cod, some haddock, and just keep that meal kind of a bit, I don't want to say loose, but loose in terms of like not bang on every single time it's the same meal, and just make sure I'm getting the same amount of protein in, because that is just fish, veg, and some olive oil. But yeah.